welcome to our channel. Yes, welcome guys. Sorry, finishing up something here. It's the wig. Alright, I'm done. Okay, alright. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to our new vlog for 2019. We are excited for you guys to be here. Yeah, right. So it's our new YouTube channel. DoubleLinkks, K2K connections, all the same thing. But anyways, we wanted to come to you guys to talk about our hair. No, it's not a hair video. No, it's not a hair video. There's enough of those videos out there on YouTube, and I love them. I'm just saying it's a lot. Yeah, it is. There's a deeper message that we want to share about internal versus external happiness. Yes. So, I mean, as you guys saw the post, me and Kim last night, we got real, and we just kind of like braided our hair down, put on the wig cap, put on the wig. Yes, y'all, we went from Queen Latifah's prison braids to I don't know. Oh, this is Alyssa. This is Alyssa. Alyssa. I've been calling her Alyssa all day because she's been acting bougie all day with this Alyssa wig on. Sorry. And then this is Blueberry. I don't know why it's that name, but hey, it's Blueberry. It fits. I like blue better. She looks like a blue. I guess so. Yeah, we'll do it. Anyways. Yeah. So yeah, this wig couldn't have came at a better time. Right. I will totally say that. Yeah. I can totally share my story this week. You know, from like Monday to Sunday, just like, what's today? Last week. Today is Wednesday. Woo. Sorry, I work night shift. My days are off. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So from like last week to this week, I was just so down. So down. And I didn't know why I was feeling that way. You know, I have felt like I was doing well in terms of building myself up mentally and emotionally. But physically, I didn't feel like I was well. And I was telling my sister that this week, I didn't feel well. And even though she's been hitting the gym 4 times a week, trying to get buff, body looks good, but she was just like, physically, I just don't feel beautiful. I didn't. And I was telling Kiki, I was just like, you know, let's get pumped up. Let's get ourselves beautiful, you know, feeling beautiful. At least that's what I was. That's why I had wanted to tell her, let's feel beautiful. But I guess she was already feeling beautiful. But I wanted my inward happiness to match my outward appearance. And, you know, I am comfortable with myself in a natural state. I love my ponytails, my high ponytails and my puffs. When I go to work, but you know, I get a lot of attention from people in the hospital, such as my patients, who think that I am young in my spirit and I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I don't have any experience. And internally, I feel like a woman. I feel powerful. I feel blessed. I feel intelligent, and that it wasn't matching my outward appearance. So I felt like this wig here, Miss Alyssa, you know, couldn't have came at a better time, because I really feel this. I feel like Alyssa. Yeah, and you know, when Kim approached me and was like, you know what, let's get pumped, let's go get some wigs and like be beautiful. You know, I don't think it was from her not feeling beautiful in her natural state. We both have been like so confident in our own natural skin, natural hair. But for her, it's always been about, you know, like she said, making sure the outside matches the inside. Whereas for me, when she told me that, I was like, you know what? Because I know who I am, I am willing to go buy that wig, beautify myself up, for the world to know that, yes, I do feel confident and successful, and I am embracing my identity. So that's a big topic, because this wig, putting on a wig for my natural hair may look like I'm doing it for attention. Yeah. But it's really not like that.
Right.
Because I am internally happy with who I am.
Yes.
As a soulful, meditative, life coaching person.
Yes.
I was okay with going to buy a wig to beautify myself up. To make sure the world knows that I am internally happy.
Right.
And she's right. With my natural hair, sometimes people will look at me like, girl, you are like lazy or too liberal or as if you're not taking care of yourself.
Right.
And that's not the image that I want to portray. And yeah, I mean, we could have gotten cute natural hairstyles and like dolled up ourselves that way, but you know, when we do it big, we do it big.
We do go to the extreme.
We go to the extreme.
It's okay. It's because we're hard on ourselves. So,
True.
But yeah, this week couldn't have came at a perfect time, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Even though today I was really getting sort of like in my own head because I was like, Kim, you know what? Putting on these wigs and us being twins, we about to get a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And
say that.
I was just like, I don't know if I want for people to look at us and be like, oh my God, you guys are twins and you're so beautiful, without realizing that like I'm also a very smart, intelligent, wholesome, holistic person. Like,
yes.
You know, I don't want people to be so focused on our outward appearance that they miss all of the qualities of who we are. But you know, it's all about coming back to core.
It is. It is all about coming back to core. And I guess one of the things that we wanted to kind of talk about in this video is the challenge that it takes from moving from internal happiness to external happiness.
Yeah, or just what it means.
Or just what it means in general.
Yeah, like, what does it mean to be internally happy versus externally happy?
Yeah, what does that mean? I mean, I know I was telling Kiana, I was just like, you know, I hate calling you Kiana. Kiki.
Oh, Kiki.
She doesn't like it, so I respect it. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I don't even like that song. Go ahead.
She doesn't, y'all. I'd be like, Kiki, do you love me? Like when we were like in a bar setting. But she did not respond well to it. She'd like, stop.
Unless I had a few drinks.
Anyway, so I was saying that internally, if I wouldn't have worked on myself internally, meaning like I understand myself from a self-esteem point, from my identity point, from a purpose point, I wouldn't have responded as I did when I put this wig on. Meaning, if I would have just focused on making myself beautiful using superficial and materialistic things such as wigs, I would have totally lost what it means to actually be beautiful from the inside out.
Yeah, so being internally happy means you are okay with the core of you. You're okay with just being.
Yes, just being.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
I
mean, it's nothing more than that.
Really,
just being yourself. Being yourself when you're alone. Being yourself when you're with other people. So,
and then externally happy. So, externally happy means your outward appearance, you have it all together.
Yes.
So, that means, I mean, for me, that means wealth. So, you know, nice hair, nice body, you got a lot of money, you have a nice house, you drive a nice car, you have tons and tons of friends. If that's even possible. But anywho, that's just my bias on being externally happy. I don't know if that's achievable if you don't really know who you are internally.
Right. So the superficial external happiness and materialistic as well, with the internal going back to core, going back to center happiness. That makes sense. Okay, so there is two different things here that we're talking about. So I guess in a way, what are we trying to do here? What are we trying to say? Well, here's the thing. When I was in college at UNC Chapel Hill, you know, a predominantly white institution, I experienced my first sew-in as an African American woman, and I didn't know who I was at UNC. And trying on that sew-in where I had long, beautiful black hair, I felt like a different person. I felt like I could conquer the world because, like, I was looking like all the other Caucasian women on campus, except for I was black. But I had the long hair, I was fit, so I felt like people approached me more or thought I was more intelligent because I had that hair.
Yeah.
But now that I know who I am,
Yes.
and trying on this wig and experiencing this wig, this does not define me. But I am okay with putting on a wig to show the world that I can be beautiful and bold and sexy too.
Yes. Yes.
So it's more so like I put on a mask for the world, but I know what that mask is, you know? Like, it's a different conversation when you know who you are internally and you're able to put on a mask, but versus someone putting on a mask and don't even know who they are internally.
Exactly. Yeah, because what will happen is you'll get so attached to the outward appearance and not really focusing on what is going on inside here. And that is important because you can lose so much of your self-esteem and identity that way as well.
I mean, you have a totally different perspective on this. I mean, I'm the type of person where, you know, internally happy and then I can put on the wig. My sister is the person that's like, she knows herself so much that she knows that wigs and getting bossed up makes her more confident.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it really does.
Right?
And that's something that I was afraid to talk about because it was just like, why do you need those things to feel like you're a boss? So why do you feel like you need those things to feel like you're beautiful? But that's not really the case for me. It's more about, again, matching my internal happiness and who I know of myself inside to my outward appearance. So I feel more like myself when I'm in this state, versus me feeling like I look like a little girl with my natural hair. And maybe there should be a shift in the way that I perceive my natural hair, because I could possibly put out to the atmosphere that I am still a woman with my natural hair, but it's harder for me to do that with my natural hair, and that's just because I know that about myself. So, you know, I have a wig, but it doesn't define who I am internally.
I like that. So it's really just erasing the attachments from the wigs. And whatever that means. So, like, just because we're talking about wigs doesn't mean, like, we're not talking about the things that you use in your life to make you feel good about yourself. Like, you know, buying that nice car is okay if you know your intentions of doing it.
Right, yes. And you know what? Let's talk about something as simple as buying a new TV, because it's still a superficial thing, right? But if you go out and you just start buying stuff, buying a TV, buying all these lavish things, and then you miss what you actually need here, that's disruptive. That's a disruptive process. Like, it has to match with what you want internally. Meaning, like, if you're buying a TV because you feel like you can't be alone by yourself, you know, that's just a different thing to look at here. You know what I mean?
I agree totally.
Make sure what you're buying matches what you feel here.
Yeah.
Not just getting attached to the outward.
And not just to please the world too. I mean,
men and women, we both kind of struggle with doing this, but like buying things just to please the opposite sex, like, you know, especially in California, there is a big culture here of vanity. Girls just like buying big boobs and a butt and all kinds of things to like
Botox.
Falsify who they are. I mean, could it be a girl out there with false breasts and the false boobs and the false lips who really know herself?
Yeah, totally. I just, my thing is make sure that you do know yourself before buying those things.
Yeah.
It's okay to want a bigger butt. It's okay to want bigger lips. It's okay to want longer hair.
But how can you, I mean, and you can probably speak more on this because, you know, you understand that experience a lot more, but I just don't see how a woman, but I guess, like you said, it's just being okay with the core of you.
Yes.
If you know who you are, and you know that getting those big lips or that big butt won't turn your whole mindset around, then, you know, go for it. If that's what you desire,
Right.
really.
Yeah.
I guess I always felt like from a natural perspective, if you are really okay with who you are, a lot of things, you don't need a whole list of things to make you happy. So I can see if the girl went to go get big breasts. Yes, that's great. But like big breasts, lips, butt, hair, jewelry, like that's telling me something that you think you know yourself, but you don't. Yeah. It's almost like the scripture says, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
about being.
I mean, sometimes those superficial materialistic things can fill a void for you. So, you know, like you said, sometimes you don't really know yourself because you are so focused on enhancing yourself using materialistic things. But how do you transition from? How do you transition from not knowing who you are and buying little superficial things to knowing who you are and then going out and allowing yourself that external happiness?
Yeah, I think my advice will just be being mindful and meditating on who you are. So if that means taking out a huge chunk of time to get to know who you are, you need to do that. As me and Kim will agree on, you need to get naked.
Yes.
And you need to strip yourself of all of that vanity.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. And that's kind of like our call to action. We believe that getting naked, being more vulnerable, helps people to discover their true selves before they allow their outward appearance to take over, or they allow their superficial materialistic things to take over.
Yes.
And so what does it mean to get naked? Naked can, I mean, starting for a physical point, it can mean taking off the wig, it can mean taking off the jewelry, taking off the makeup, taking off the false breasts, and then standing in front of the mirror.
Those are not false, but you
get
what she's saying.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, these are not fake, and they're loopy too. But anyway,
my God.
So standing in front of the mirror and analyzing yourself from head to toe, just looking at yourself like in the mirror from head to toe, completely naked.
Yes.
So start there first. Men too.
Yeah. Being mindful, appreciating every bump, blemish, freckle,
mole.
Yes. And even if it's not your physical appearance, maybe it's your worldly, your life. So, you know, strip yourself of that fancy car and go get a regular car. Strip yourself of that expensive 48-inch TV on your wall and get a small TV. Or strip yourself of that big time career that's really not defining you. And I'm not saying go throw everything away and, you know, get totally naked and just like, I guess I am saying that. But I'm just saying, if you really want to get to a raw point of who you are, you got to get naked somehow. You got to strip something, and you got to work on really loving yourself for who you are.
Yeah, it comes with the sacrifice, guys. I mean, if you really are on that journey to discovering your true internal happiness, you have to sacrifice the superficial and the materialistic stuff.
I agree.
And that's just where it starts. It started for me that way, and it started for you that way. We had to become naked and more vulnerable. Vulnerable for me in terms of like removing all the physical beauty enhancements, and for you just removing just becoming more vulnerable.
Yeah, removing fear
and the ego.
Yes. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Big one.
But I mean, we've gained an awesome product. I mean, we are
Myself.
Yes. And knowing myself and then moving forward from there, it's a beautiful journey. For sure. Yeah.
Get naked.
Get naked.
Get naked.
Yeah. Strip yourselves. Strip down now.
That's what we say in the country. You get naked.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. We do. Yes. So going off of that, I guess we would like to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Like, you know, how do you get naked? Or
what do you think it's gonna take for you to get naked?
Yeah, that's true.
To remove that superficial mask and really understand who you are.
Yeah.
And if you're already there where you know who you are, tell us about your journey. How did you get there?
Yeah.
Is it real what we're saying, that you really had to like strip some things away and get naked, or are we just talking gibberish? I don't know. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. You know, I think one thing that I noticed about myself is that I did get addicted to that phase of looking good on the outside. So, you know, what are those symptoms for those of you guys who have achieved internal happiness? What are those symptoms that you had to let you know that you need to start looking more inward? How did you know that you had to sacrifice some stuff to realize that it's time for you to be internally happy?
Yeah.
We want to know. I mean, we want to know. I think while it'll be a great conversation to have, it'll help somebody else out there too as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just answer that question and then we can just let you guys go. I mean, how do we know that it was time for us to change, and like what has been the challenges for getting to know our real selves? I mean,
well, I can honestly say that when I started realizing that I was failing a lot in my relationships with men, I had to start looking inward. Because before, I used to think that physical beauty was just how you got a man. I wasn't taught to be intelligent, to showcase myself as a woman. And so that transition from trying to get a man using my outward appearance to knowing myself first, and then allowing a man to know me, for my intelligence, and for my inner beauty first. That's how I knew it was time to just stop looking good on the outside.
Yeah, that's good. I think for me, it came to a point of severe depression from trying to please the world and other people. So, like I said before, in college, it wasn't more so about physical beauty, but it was always about trying to find a way to make sure that the world knows that I'm intelligent. The world knows that like I can talk really well. The world knows that I can pass nursing school and become a nurse. The world knows that like I'm smart. But you know, and it was great. But trying to prove that all the time, you're going to hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
You're going to hit rock bottom. And if you haven't, you will.
Yes.
So that for me was just my breaking point. And I think the challenges with that is obviously we're becoming vulnerable you're going to face a lot of guilt, shame, fear. Anytime you're removing the ego out of anything, you're gonna feel totally vulnerable and exposed. But guess what? Getting naked is a cure.
It is a cure, man. It's a different feeling.
Yeah.
You can't put words to it.
Yeah.
And you look back and you reflect and you're like, man, I wasn't living. I was not living my life like I should have.
Totally.
It's a total different vibe. And I guess you guys will understand, or you guys who do understand, understand. But anyways.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of just what we want to talk about. It's already been 25 minutes.
Yes. Yeah, we don't want to hold you guys up.
Yeah.
It's been real.
It's been real.
And of course, we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Always. Let us know
What you think.
Yeah.
Comment below. Tell us, what challenges you're facing or have faced to get to your true self. And watch out for us this year because we are trying to get this tour together called Naked and Afraid. Naked and Not Afraid, sorry.
Yeah.
Where we're just going to be totally vulnerable and
exposed. Coming at the world with our true, raw, real selves. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and showing people that if they did that, if they became naked and not afraid, that they will be exactly where they want to be.
They'll be true conquerors.
Yes.
Brave men and women.
Yes.
And that's what we need more in this decade.
Yes.
So anyways.
Yay!
Let us know what you think, and
Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, we will be on here consistently.
Yes.
Hold us to it. If not, say,
Yeah.
hey, ladies, where the video at? But anyways,
You see how she got bougie with Alyssa?
I got bougie. It felt bougie, because that wasn't even my real voice.
You guys should have saw her at Starbucks today. She was acting so bougie. Alyssa came out of her.
I was like, where do I sit?
yeah, like
Where do I sit? Where's my seat? Anyways, guys, I don't want to hold you guys up. So let us know what you think.
yeah. Thanks for watching.
All right, K2K, we're logging out. Peace and love.
Bye.